Absolutely. Once again, joined by Steve and Moretto here. 2-1 SaberDogs, your score. Top of the fifth inning, first and second, nobody out for Jake Jelly with Dalton LeBlanc still on the mound. So it sounds like you come from a big baseball family. How important was that for you growing up? Obviously, it sounds like you've had a lot of parents and mentors as well who have been coaching as well.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm super lucky. I get two parents that love me to the nth degree, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, no, they'll do anything for me. And I'm super lucky that I grew up in a very sports-heavy family with both baseball, football. My dad played in the CFL, which is the Professional Football League
in
Canada. So my mom played college sports as well, so I've come from a pretty big sports background. So it's kind of nice just having two people that have been through high-level sports, and if I have a question or if I'm struggling with something, and they're always there for me to support me and will help me any way they can.
Has your dad been able to pass off any football-esque wisdom that's helped you on the baseball diamond?
Yeah, for sure. My dad talks about getting, wasn't the most gifted athlete, but he was really good with the mental side of things, and everybody knows the mental side of baseball is a super important component for sure.
No doubt.
So, when I'm not going very well, he just always tells me just you need to trust in your abilities and have confidence in yourself, and every baseball player's going to go through a slump at some point in their life. Nobody's going to hit 500 unless you're Mike Trout or Caden Schwabe.
Caden Schwabe, that's right. 0-2. So we're going to line drive left field. That's down for a base hit. McDowell getting the wave around third. Up with it is Schaefer. His throw to the plate on a couple of hops. Tag applied by Hannigan's not in time. McDowell slides in safely. That'll tie the game at 2 apiece as Jake Jelly drives in his second run of the night, RBI number 27 on the year. And this ball got out quickly to Jordan Williams in left field. Lawlin, the third base coach, was waving around McDowell quite early on this play. The throw came in on a couple of hops, a little bit wide towards the first base side of home plate. And he had to reach across to apply that tag, and McDowell was able to slide in safely. So 2-2 ball game now. That brings up Owen Viano to the plate. He's 0-for-1 tonight. A walk in the first, a ground out to the third baseman, and Bowling back in the third. Once again, joined alongside Steve Moretto. Now, you mentioned the mental part of this game, and I think that summer baseball really tests that here, especially here in a league like the Expedition League, because you're playing 64 games in what feels like about 70, 75 days. You're in hot weather. A lot of you guys are far away from home. For you, how is this testing you, for a potential minor league career in the future or a professional career in the future, being able to play every day here and work out the grind?
I think just trying to keep that same mentality every single day, whether you're 0-for-4 or you're 4-for-4 that day, just trying to keep the same mentality every day. And I read a book by Trevor Moawad. It's called It Takes What It Takes, and it's he's like Russell Wilson's psychologist, basically.
Oh, very cool.
And it talks about having neutral thinking, so not thinking negatively, not thinking positively, just being neutral and staying neutral. And I think the more consistent you can be with taking your mindset to the field every day, and the more consistent you're going to be with baseball, for sure. It's a grind. It's not easy playing 64 games, hot weather, and having 13-hour bus rides, having to come back and play the next day. It's not something easy, for sure.
No doubt. Is baseball the only sport you grew up playing, or were you playing other sports as well?
I played hockey until I was in grade 7, and then I played football pretty much my whole life. And I also played basketball pretty much my whole life, too. So football and baseball are my two main sports. But, like I said, I love playing sports. When I go home with my buddies, we're ones to play some pickup basketball or flag football or whatever it is on our off days.
Yeah, that's awesome. What have you been able to take from those sports that have helped you on the baseball diamond?
I think the leadership thing that you talked about. I played point guard for my basketball team in high school. I played quarterback for my football team in high school as well. And I think both of those roles you got to bring your guys together. Like point guards dishing the basketball to your teammates, quarterbacks getting everybody ready in the huddle, getting everybody focused on achieving the same goal. So I think just taking the leadership from both of those roles has helped me out in baseball, with kind of just helping players out, bringing guys under my wing, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
For sure, absolutely. Yeah. And I think something cool about you, too, is we just continue to speak about your resume and the experiences you've had. I mentioned this when we did the hot dog rating, but you've played in 3 different summer leagues, the Northwoods, the Cape, now here in the Expedition League, all over the country now at this point playing baseball. How has that helped you just as a player and also as a person growing older, maturing, and being on your own?
It's hard leaving on your own. I remember the first day my parents dropped me off in Sacramento when I was a freshman, or right before my freshman year. So I remember crying, and I was like, the first 2 weeks, I was like, I don't know what I got myself into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way over my head. My parents are 1,000 miles away, but no, I think for any high school student, I think going away from home and kind of getting out on your own, you grow up and you got to mature really quickly. And It's hard, but it's nice though being on your own too, because you're faced with different situations where you have to be smart and you meet different people, and you got to be independent. I don't know. I'm super happy that I was able to go away for school and meet new people, be in a different area, and kind of have to fend for myself almost, in the sense where I don't have family or a lot of people very close to me. I got my teammates and my friends at school, and that's all I got.
No doubt. And obviously being from Canada, was your goal to go to school and play ball in America, or were you looking at other Canada schools as well?
I had a couple offers from Canadian schools for baseball and football, but I wanted to come down to the States, like I said, and kind of get away from home, kind of go out, see a different area. And there's really a lot of good baseball schools down here all over the country, but for me, my only thing was I wanted to stay on the West Coast, whether it was Washington, California, Oregon, somewhere in that vicinity. I just wanted to be somewhat relatively close to home, so that my parents were able to see and play whenever they wanted and stuff like that.
So why did you choose Sacramento?
I went down there. I had a really good connection with our head coach, Reggie Christensen, and I'm still playing for him, and I'm super close to him to this day still, and I really like the area down there, and I just felt like the program, the way they shaped their program, and it just really fit the way me as a player. And just the city itself was very similar to Vancouver, I found, just with the weather, the area, like the speed, the pace of the city.
Definitely.
Almost. When I went there on my visit, I just felt super comfortable, and I felt like with the guys around the team, I felt I fit in really well.
Really, that's awesome. That's great to hear. With that, Dalton LeBlanc is out of this ball game right now, allowing 2 runs through 4 1/3. He'll still be responsible for both runners on base. Jaden Beck coming into the ball game here to try and keep this game tied. That's all we have for you, Steven. Thank you so much for joining us today. Once again, third baseman for the SaberDogs, Steven Moretto. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.